Here we go. It's the Princess Grace Challenge Cup. It's Nottingham University on the far side and Leander Club's B crew in the distinctive pink oars nearest to us. Away they go.
Yeah, smooth starts from both crews here. It's lovely to be alongside you, Matt, looking at these crews, and look how smooth the water is now towards the start of the course as we see the crew from Leander just starting to stray off their station. They're going to need to make a correction fairly shortly, or I'm sure the umpire will be reaching for his flag, as we see the students from Nottingham doing a nice job to stay up with this crew from Leander right now, coming towards the top of the island. They want to hang on to an overlap right now.
Yeah, it looks like Leander have got the better of the start at this point, and both these crews came through the qualifiers. Remember, this is the Leander Club B crew, not the A crew, but they've really pushed out to quite an impressive early lead, Leander here.
Yeah, by the top of the island, if you're getting out to a little bit of clear water, it's what you're trying to do to make your life easy. It's never easy to shake a crew off, and Nottingham, they're looking to try and keep in there. This is a really important part of the race as we think about this settling into the pace. And I think Leander there kept that up as we've jumped further along the course. Hard to pick up exactly where we are. I think the crews are coming down towards Forley in that big empty patch where you can see there's a big gap of water on the right between where those posts are and where the crowds are. So this is where it's a bit lonely, and you have to keep your focus, you have to keep doing things right. And again, we're seeing this time the umpire is steering Leander and saying, get back in your station, please. We don't want you to send your paddles down onto Nottingham. That's a bit unfair. Yeah,
Greg, the rules here, of course, are that the crews have to stay on their stations. They shouldn't interfere with the other crew. That could be a foul, and a foul that interferes and impedes with progress could be a disqualification. It's been quite tricky steering throughout the last couple of days. Today we've had all 4 seasons. We've got, I think, probably early autumn here right now. It's beautiful golden light on the back of this Leander Club B crew. We see Charlotte Fennell's back. She's sitting at the back of the crew. In front of her, Michelle Truax. Often bow or two will be the person calling out to the crew a couple of words just to give them a sense of where they are, what kind of things they want to do at which point in the course. And here, I think the Leander crew will now be in a position where they can just visualize their race plan for future days without expending all the energy. Really nicely together, Leander crew. As we look back down the course from the milepost here, we can see that they've just gone just through halfway. That 3:40 is the time to Forley, and just about 9 meters after that is the halfway mark of this course.
Yeah, and they're looking quite smooth, as you say, in the Leander Club crew. Wanted to conserve energy for later in the regatta as we have a look there. Yeah, Charlotte Fennell in the bow seat there. She went to the Junior Worlds back in 2017. Lots of experience, lots of control and calmness, and they'll know their way, how to manage their way through the regatta here. As you say, not wanting to expend too much energy. You can see they're just trying to be as efficient as possible. They'll be pleased that they're in this relatively benign conditions, not too much of the wind on them. As we see the Surbiton crew there with Charlotte Sanders in the stroke seat. She was at Surbiton High School where she learned her rowing. We saw the crew from Surbiton doing so well earlier. Now she's keeping the pace up in that crew from Nottingham University, trying to make sure they stay in the race. Here we go, we get a nice close-up shot of them. And yeah, really still moving very well now.
Yeah, I think they are moving well, and I think they've just come up against a pretty good crew, and Leander B crew is not necessarily a particularly weak crew, because Leander's got such an incredible depth in their squad, and this crew, well, they were second at the Metropolitan Regatta, and they're showing their power and experience advantage, I think, here at Henley. And I have to say, I do credit to Nottingham; they're rowing really very nicely.
Yeah, well, they train up there on the River Trent, right next to the City Ground where Nottingham Forest play. Coming up to Premiership, of course, this year, so there'll be a lot to cheer in Nottingham. They'll be enjoying cheering on their rowing crews here at Henley, and looking forward to what next season might hold for them, I'm sure.
That's right. Also, they're right by the National Water Sports Centre in Nottingham, and they'll have done a bunch of 2,000-metre training. Here, of course, we've got an extra 112 metres as an extra special gift to make it more challenging for our athletes. That's the distance of our Henley course here. And in fact, the Olympic rowing standard course of 2,000 metres was modelled originally on Henley. We've held the Olympics here a couple of times in the past, proud to do so. But now it's just a place where everyone around the world wants to come and wants to row at all levels. So excited to see so much great women's racing here this afternoon at Henley, Greg. They've really set the standard.
Yeah, just quality racing throughout the regatta, and as you say, great to see gender parity here with the men's and the women's races, and real quality performances right across the field on this iconic course. As you say, the world wants to come and enjoy Henley Royal Regatta. We're delighted to have so many international crews coming here, competing and enjoying being on this stretch of water. As this crew from Leander enjoy this stretch of water day after day, week after week, they'll put themselves through a lot of pain on this piece of water. Today they went out hard, they went out early and got control, so they've been able to enjoy probably the second half of this row over the course, as we see the Leander crew now coming down towards the line, looking in good control, enjoying the sunlight, enjoying the applause.
Well, so Leander are the holders of the Princess Grace Challenge Cup that was first run in 2001. Princess Grace was a prize quiver here at the regatta some years ago, and delighted to have a trophy named for her. Leander B now go through to the next round. Great sculling also by their opponents from Nottingham University. So that's the Princess Grace Challenge Cup. A victory for Leander Club B, who go through to Friday, and Nottingham University go back to Nottingham with their heads held high.